A new budget year starts July 1st at East Tennessee State University. News Channel 11 caught up with President Brian Noland, who said the budget process has been fraught with uncertainty brought on by COVID-19.
We have asked the colleges to prepare for us contingency plans in the event that we as a campus needed to reduce our budgets across the board in a 7.5% range or so. As with any contingency planning, you plan for worst case, and then you work your way backwards from there.
That planning includes multiple scenarios.
Those scenarios range from budget reductions around 7.5% across the board to all units, to budget situations in which things may altogether be flat year over year.
An early gut check message from the state appears to have improved.
We were told about 3 weeks ago to prepare for some pretty significant adjustments on the state side, but I know that that budget may have been a little bit more favorable towards higher education than what we were preparing for. So if that's the case, then boom, at least now I've got one pillar that I can start to build a house on. But the primary pillar that's going to hold up the roof is enrollment.
Tuition and fees from enrollment comprise more than 60% of ETSU's general budget.
Right now, as we look towards the fall, 1 week we're up 300 students, the next week we're down 100 students, the next week we're up 500 students. There's so much variability in the landscape because students are waiting to see what the fall will look like, what the spread of the virus looks like. So it's been very, very difficult for us to plan in ways that we would typically plan as it relates to enrollment. And that's important because more than 60 cents on the dollar of what it takes to run the university comes from non-state resources. So feedback we've received from students is they want to be on ground. They want to be in the marching band. They want to be in the labs. They want to do the things that college students want to do from a learning experience, some of which can only be done in a hands-on setting. Our hope is that we're over-planning. Our hope is that as the fall materializes, all of these spikes that we're seeing have come and gone, and that the fall is better than we think it could be. We're preparing for the worst, hoping for the best.
Like other institutions, ETSU got an early taste of pain.
Even though our enrollment was constant, and even though our state budget was constant moving through the close of this fiscal year, which wraps up at the end of this month, we've incurred somewhere around $9 million, give or take, worth of cuts that we've absorbed in the current year, and we're moving through those.
For the new fiscal year, several specific efforts are underway.
Friday, we announced a voluntary early retirement program. That's another effort that we're trying to take to be wise stewards of our resources. There would be a 40% of current salary incentive, and then those positions would be held vacant as we go through the year as we adjust staffing loads as enrollment circumstances shift. So that would be open to faculty and staff, and that notification on the staff side went out last week.
Noland said the university quickly determined it wouldn't try to dig its way out of the hole on the backs of students and their families.
One of the things that we could have done that would have helped our budget, but it would have truly been out of tune with anything that was happening around us, was raise tuition and fees. We made the decision in April to hold fees at a flat rate.
With so many economic and public health uncertainties, Noland said the next couple months will likely contain several twists and turns.
Nothing will be final until it goes to the board in the middle of July. And then there still may be the need for some further adjustments in the event that the fall comes in a little bit better than we'd hoped, or the fall comes in a little bit different than we anticipate. We'll know a little bit more about enrollment after we get past July 1, and I'll have had a chance to review the recommendations coming in from the deans on how they would propose to deal with a level 1, level 2, level 3 series of budget downturns.
The ETSU president said he's confident in the future and the university's leadership is committed to protecting ETSU's primary mission and its full-time employees.
We are going to do everything we possibly can to protect the academic integrity of the institution and to protect the jobs of our full-time benefits eligible faculty and staff. We see storm clouds on the horizon, and we're doing everything we can to prepare for the storm. Hopefully the storm's not as bad as we fear it could be, but we're preparing for the worst, hoping for the best, and we'll be a stronger university on the back end because of these preparations.